It's time for Outdoors Bound with George and Olaf, sponsored by Lynchburg Arms and Indoor Shooting Range.
Well, Outdoors Bound this morning, there are nearly 200,000 licensed deer hunters here in Virginia, and in just a few short weeks, they'll be converging on the fields and forests across the Commonwealth.
But as our George Noliff reports, an early visit to the woods without a gun or a bow, but perhaps some hand tools and a sharp eye might be what deer hunters need to do right now.
Yeah, we're actually getting this set up for muzzleloading season.
Deer archery and firearm seasons are still weeks away, but you need to get into the woods now to up your chances of a successful hunt. That means scouting, looking for places for a tree stand, and setting up ground blinds with logs, sticks, and brush. Randy Frango knows a thing or two about deer hunting. He's been doing it for decades, all around the Blue Ridge. So why build those blinds now?
If somebody walked into your bed or into your living room tonight and rearranged the furniture, when you walk in the morning, you're going to know somebody rearranged their furniture. They live here. So when the deer come through and they see something that wasn't there yesterday or something's been disturbed and they smell all this human scent, you might see some young deer or some does, but your mature deer are going to steer clear of it.
So the idea is don't be seen, but be able to see.
I'm going to be either down on a stool or a chair, so only my head's going to be coming above. So this is the view that I'll have. Now what's great is I've got game trail over there, game trail up there, and another game trail right over there.
This is where George got his 8-point last year.
Building ground blinds is also a great way to introduce kids to hunting.
I'd say, let's go build a fort. Or I'd say a blind. They didn't know what a blind was. I'd say a fort. They know what a fort is. Take your kids out in the woods and get them, and they love piling sticks and making forts like this. And they get excited about hunting out of the fort.
Getting out now also gives you the chance to scout for deer signs like tracks and especially what they're eating.
Here's your white oak acorns. They're in here after the acorns.
All right, so what are these deer up here eating? Well, they're eating a lot of times acorns. Now, not all acorns are created equal. This is a chestnut oak acorn. That's a white oak acorn. As my friend Randy likes to say, deer will step over 10 of these to get to one of these. They're smaller, but they must be tastier because deer prefer them.
We got a trail coming down through there, and looks like we got a trail coming right through there.
One other advantage getting out early gives you is the ability to set up trail cameras. That way you can figure out deer migration patterns, and that can pay off big.
Well, these pictures will have a time stamp on them, tell you what time it was taken, and then you can determine what time the deer are moving. And that changes though, but you know, if you have a nice buck that's coming through here at a regular time, then you know when to be in the stand.
How y'all doing, folks? Last year, more than 200,000 deer were harvested by hunters in Virginia, and we got about 1 million deer here in the Commonwealth. The Virginia Department of Wildlife Resources has determined the best way of managing those numbers is through hunting. That keeps the herd healthy and in balance. Also helps keep those deer out of your backyard gardens and flowers.
And so, George, I'm sure that there's a lot that you can do if you get out there early ahead of the season. What are you going to be looking for?
We could talk all day.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
But if there's one thing, when you find game trails, walk them. Know where you're hunting. Look for tracks, specifically big tracks. The bigger, the better. The fresher, the better. It might seem pretty obvious, but big tracks translate into big deer. You're going to want to sit up close to those. If you want to know more, VDWR actually has a really cool scout video. It goes way in depth. I put a link to that on the Outdoors Bound page of our website, WFXRTV.com. So go check it out.
All righty, we'll have to. Thank you, George.